A phone alarm wakes Mike and Amanda up on a lovely morning. They notice the date and wish each other a happy anniversary while reminiscing about the old times. Mike already wants to get naughty, but Amanda tells him to save himself for tonight. Moments later, Amanda teaches her students about pollination before the bell rings and she says goodbye for the weekend. Amanda notices a girl stays behind and talks to her to learn the other kids mock her for having old shoes. She makes sure to comfort her and assure her there is nothing wrong with old things. After class, a co-worker asks Amanda out for a drink, but she turns her down because of her anniversary plans. Mike surprises Amanda by showing up at school with flowers and wearing some old suede clothes from his youth. The couple leaves town and after a short car ride they make it to the restaurant where they got married. They enjoy some juicy burgers while listening to the lovely singer. Then they rent a room and get naughty. Once they are done, Amanda does some leg movements that supposedly should help Mike's swimmers get her pregnant. Mike wants another round, but suddenly Amanda gets a terrible migraine. Sometime later, Amanda tells Mike that they might have bought a crib too early because she got her period. She wants to sell it because she thinks she will never get pregnant considering she has already had a couple of miscarriages. But Mike assures her they will need it soon, so they are keeping it. At work, the foreman asks Mike to look for a certain co-worker. Mike finds Shane in the office watching a show called Dumb Dummies. It is a reality show in which desperate people do whatever the audience pays them to do, and it can get pretty dark. Right now a man is drinking his own pee on the screen. Mike thinks it is insane and tells Shane not to watch this on the work computer. At school, Amanda is teaching the kids about solar panels when suddenly she starts feeling dizzy and passes out. Mike gets a call at work and immediately rushes to the hospital, where he is devastated to discover that Amanda has a brain tumor and may never wake up. Because of the tumor size and location, they cannot cut it out. Mike refuses to accept this, so the doctor tells her about a new experimental procedure that may be able to help Amanda, although it may have some risks. Later, while Mike is keeping an unconscious Amanda company, he is visited by Gaynor from a company called Rivermind. They handle advanced neurological technology that allows them to make a backup copy of a person's brain and upload it to their mainframe computer. Then they can do any procedure like removing a tumor and replace the cut parts with synthetic receiver tissue. This fiber will get its commands from the backup copy to make the brain work as normal. Mike is skeptical, so Gaynor reveals she went through this procedure, even showing him pictures of how terrible she looked after an accident that almost killed her. She swears she feels and functions normally both physically and mentally. Hearing this, Mike agrees to hire the service and Gaynor shares more details. After the operation, Amanda will sleep 1 or 2 more hours every night to help with the demand on the servers. She will also have to physically stay within the coverage range. So far the state is covered by the company and next year they will be all over the country. Mike is surprised to hear that the surgery is free, but the backup service has a subscription fee of $300 a month. It is a lot, but he agrees to sign the contract. A few days later, Amanda comes out of surgery perfectly healthy. Mike chats with her as if nothing had happened, and doctors say she is expected to go home in a week. The nurses think her recovery is a miracle, and Mike agrees. On the day she finally leaves the hospital, Mike tells her about the backup service on the ride home. Amanda is very grateful to be alive, but she also is unsure they will be able to keep up with the monthly payments. Mike promises to take extra shifts and cut back on some things to make it work. It means they cannot spend money to visit his dad in Europe, but it is not like Amanda can travel there yet anyway. Because Amanda is recovering, Mike is driving very slowly, causing other drivers behind him to get angry. Life continues as normal as both Amanda and Mike go back to their jobs. However, Mike finds himself working more and more overtime every day to keep up with the bills, and he barely sees Amanda anymore. He wakes up much earlier than she does and comes back after she has already gone to bed. When he gets home, he cannot even have a snack or a beer because they must spend less on indulgence, while Mike works hard. Shane uses his phone to keep on watching that reality show. Today a man got his tooth removed on camera, and now he is swallowing it. Time continues to pass, and eventually their anniversary is coming up again. Mike definitely remembers the date, but Amanda forgets to plan anything. He wants to take her to the same restaurant and Amanda agrees, although she doesn't sound too excited about it. During the trip, Amanda notices that Mike is sniffing and thinks he should rest, but he just blames it on being tired because of all his work. This triggers an argument about money and their very tight situation. causing Amanda to say they shouldn't expend money on the restaurant, and instead they could celebrate home. Mike gets angry because they promised they would always celebrate their anniversary, and he also needs this break. The argument slowly gets worse, especially when Mike implies she doesn't work as hard because she doesn't do manual labor. This distraction causes Mike to miss their exit, and suddenly Amanda has trouble breathing until she passes out. Mike panics, and after checking on her, he turns the car around to go to the hospital. As soon as they cross country borders, Amanda wakes up as if nothing happened. The next day, the couple visits Gaynor to discuss what happened. She explains that Amanda is fine and Mike just drove past the area of coverage, but he denies it as he swears he followed the map. Gaynor clarifies that they are currently upgrading their towers so that they can offer a new subscription service that has extended coverage. These new towers are already in most areas of the country. So if the couple just wants to leave their simple town, they have to pay for the upgraded subscription, which costs $800. Amanda freaks out as she points out they cannot afford it. So Gaynor reminds them they can keep their current subscription and stay home. As days pass, Amanda notices that she is sleeping more and feels like there is an electronic whistling in her head. While telling Mike this over breakfast, Amanda keeps getting coffee types confused as if they were not drinking the same things as always. Later at school, Amanda starts inserting advertising during her teaching, but she doesn't even realize that she is doing it. The kids repeat these things thinking they are part of the lesson. After class, a kid asks Amanda for advice on how to deal with his parents' divorce, and she responds by telling him to get Christian counseling, which is another ad. That night, the couple tries to get dirty, but Amanda keeps trying to sell adult products. Mike interrupts their fun time because the mood has been killed and asks her what she is talking about, but she still has no idea. When he pulls away, Amanda drops a new ad for a groin dysfunction gel, and Mike finally realizes what is going on. The next day, they see Gaynor again, and she explains those are commercial messages as if it was obvious and normal. Apparently, it is something that they are testing as part of the evolution of the different packages. Amanda snaps and asks her to stop calling them messages because they are ads. But Gaynor just tells them to upgrade to Rivermind Plus if they want to get rid of them. Unfortunately, they cannot afford it, and Amanda calls the company sick. Later at school, Amanda tells the poor girl to get better shoes because of another ad. Then she is called by the principal because parents have complained about Amanda advising their son to get Christian counseling. Amanda gets frustrated when she realizes the ads are happening in school too, but before she can explain, another ad directed at the principal interrupts her. When Amanda gets home, she informs Mike that if they don't stop the ads, she will get fired and they won't even be able to afford the basic package. After Amanda goes to bed, Mike goes to the guest room and locks the door with a chair. Then he puts on a mask and creates an account on Dumb Dummies to start making some extra money. The next morning, Amanda is already sharing ads over breakfast, so Mike uses the money he made last night to update the package, which instantly ends an ad while it is still going. However, he tells his wife he got some extra money from his extra shifts and promises to take her to the restaurant for their next anniversary. When Amanda returns to the school, the boy she gave advice to won't talk to her anymore. Every night, Mike continues to appear on the reality show, and the viewers keep asking for much crazier things. At first, he refuses, but when he gets a message reminding him he has to keep paying for the premium package, he has no choice but to entertain the chat. This is how his tongue ends on a mousetrap. As days pass, Amanda starts sleeping 12 hours a night. They go to see Gaynor, who admits the latest system update extended the sleep time a little bit. Amanda points out she is not resting, she never dreams, and wakes up tired. It doesn't feel like actual sleep. Gaynor confirms that is indeed the case. Amanda is only being put in a sleep mode so that they can use her brain power to help power the servers. If she was still on the common package, she would be sleeping 16 hours. The reason why they extended sleep mode is the creation of an even more expensive package called Rivermind Lux. Its ad shows that this package comes with enhanced senses that the patient can control with an app. It also lets the patient borrow skills and attributes from other Rivermind users. This costs $1,000 more, so a frustrated Amanda leaves the office, but Mike asks Gaynor about the temporary vouchers. That night, Mike is so desperate for money that he agrees to take the mask off and insert something up his rear. The next day, he surprises Amanda with a 12-hour voucher for the Lux package so they can do their usual anniversary trip. When Amanda tests the app, she is impressed by how much her senses have improved. The The food tastes much better and the music sounds like angels. When it is time to get naughty, Amanda has much more fun than Mike does. When Mike returns to work, he notices everyone whispering behind his back. He is confused until he finds a screenshot of his stream hanging at the snack table. After ripping the picture off, Mike goes looking for Shane and starts hitting him as he accuses him of being behind the screenshot. The other employees pull Mike back and Shane tries to walk away, only to get run over by heavy machinery. Afterward, Mike arrives home early and informs Amanda that he has been fired. Amanda immediately gets worried about her brain because if they downgrade, she will get the ads back and therefore she will fire too. Mike tells them they can plead their case since they are loyal customers. However, when they visit, Gaynor says there is nothing she can do for them. Mike has no choice but to admit he has been saving some money for the baby, and when Gaynor hears the couple has been trying to have a kid, she explains pregnancy costs $90 extra because it alters the brain. Mike snaps and insults Gaynor before the couple leaves. A year later, on the couple's anniversary, two people show up to buy the crib. Mike learns they are setting it on fire for their music video. With this money, he buys Amanda a 30-minute session of Rivermind Lux, which she uses to slide her serenity to maximum level. Amanda tells him it is time to do it, but he has to make sure she is not there. After the Lux session is over, Amanda starts repeating it, so Mike covers her face with a pillow to kill her as arranged. Afterward, Mike has a breakdown and grabs a blade before locking himself up.